I think we're on, this shouldn't do the dogs. Whoa! So we are on Elvis Presley long lost footage. My brother just phoned me. He said he's going to meet me here. So I'm going to walk back a little bit, get my brother. Oh, look at the wind blowing my lovely hair about. Look at it. Look. It's all fluffy. So, there's lots of runoff down there. My brother's going to meet me back there. Andreas, I don't know if you know, I'm a twin. We're both 58 on the 10th of July. We were born in 1967. Woo! A good year for the Beatles, yeah? Probably not a good year for Elvis. Elvis by then was fed up with the movies, wasn't he? He was tired of them by 1967. Little did he know what was round the corner and how the 68 comeback was going to transform his whole life and bring him back to the world. And could you imagine Elvis when the Beatles were big? They were so massive, the Beatles were so massively famous around the world. Completely took over everything. Remember, Elvis was a role model to the Beatles. Hello. Yes, I think he might. Yes, he might, Carolyn. He's meeting me here. So could you imagine when the Beatles took over the world? Now, I am a massive Beatles fan, but obviously there's a difference. I love Elvis. I'm a Beatles fan. There's a difference, yeah? So I did discover the Beatles when I was very young, like 5 or 6, yeah? I discovered the first album that I found of the Beatles was the Sgt. Pepper's album. Then I very quickly discovered all the classics. Well, yeah, but Carolyn, they didn't do it on purpose. Remember, the Beatles became who they were because of Elvis. John Lennon absolutely loved Elvis, even though he said, he did say something, didn't he say something like Elvis died when he joined the army, something like that. I don't know the actual saying, put it in the comments. But no, John Lennon was a massive Elvis fan even after Elvis died, yeah? And John Lennon would wear an Elvis badge. If you go through the archives, the old pictures, John Lennon wore an Elvis badge, a diamond-studded Elvis badge. He was a very proud Elvis fan, John Lennon was. John Lennon knew Elvis had changed the world. John Lennon knew that the Beatles only existed because of Elvis. He knew. So no, I don't agree. Yes, I do agree that the Beatles came along and completely took over everything. Yeah, I agree with that. But remember, Elvis put all that to rest when he did this. When Elvis did the 68 comeback, he was bigger than the Beatles. He took over. He regained his throne. The 68 comeback showed the world that Elvis was better than the Beatles. Better. Yeah? Now, Elvis would never have dreamed that he would regain that throne, did he? Remember, Elvis, when he was going out to do his performance on the 68 comeback show, tried to talk them out of it. I just can't help it about feeling, yes, the way they're great music, but it's not for... I don't like some of the cocky... No, but Carolyn, their cockiness is what made them great. The cockiness of the Beatles is what made them great, yeah? Remember, I see it from a British perspective, yeah? They were very, very talented as well, mind, yeah? But remember, sometimes our loyalty to Elvis can cloud our judgment. Remember that. Sometimes we can be too loyal. Now, I guarantee you, Elvis was more talented than the Beatles. Elvis had a more beautiful, natural singing ability than the Beatles. Yeah? Because Elvis was just one person. There was 4 of them. Now, Carolyn, you're not getting me. Our loyalty sometimes clouds our judgment. Yeah? We've had this discussion before, haven't we? Yeah. Sometimes we're so loyal to Elvis that we can't see a fairer truth. Now, 100% Elvis was more talented than the Beatles. 100%. He was one person. He was more talented than the Beatles. But the Beatles were great. They were great. They also changed the world. Not in the way that Elvis did, yeah? So what was the most recent thing that we disagreed about, Carolyn, you and me? I became an Elvis fan. I actually had the Beatles on my playlist and didn't think negatively at all. I admit that. Yeah, you see my point? We love Elvis so much, we get loyal to the point where we're too loyal. What was the last thing we disagreed about, Carolyn? What was it? And again, this was about loyalty to Elvis, where sometimes you become a bit blinkered. I mean that in a respectful way, where you're too loyal. What was it? Remind me, Carolyn, what was it? You and Debbie were a little bit frustrated with me. What was the topic? I'm trying to remember what it was. And what I was trying to say in that, I don't even remember the topic, but sometimes blind loyalty goes too far. Now come on, we all love Elvis. We all love Elvis. Now, is my brother going to join us? Yeah, exactly, can't help it. I don't remember what yeah, nor do I don't. Karen and I can't remember either, but you get my point. Ah, of course you do. Karen, I don't mind you being frustrated with me. Don't bother me, I don't care. I actually think it's quite cute. When you guys get a bit pissy with me, I find it quite cute. I quite like it. It never upsets me. Never upsets me. Right, Debbie definitely gets funny with me. Debbie, don't worry. And I love Debbie. No, I don't. Seriously, we all have our. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, you know, you have your faults, Carolyn. You know. So I'm just having a joke. I'm having a joke. The mind of the man. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. It's my brother. He's trying to find me. Are you getting me now? Woo! My brother phoned me and I'm trying to give him directions. Yeah, I can see him now. How are we? What were we saying? I've got my glasses on. I'm back. It's like the Terminator. I'll be back. How is everyone? So yeah, so our little live streams we did this morning concerning the dojo are fascinating. Obviously we're talking about the Smiths. You were ripping on you. No, Carolyn, I love you. I don't agree with all of your tastes in YouTube channels, but I still love you. Right, is my brother coming? I think that's my brother behind me. Can you see him? Let's have a look. Can you see him or not? On your camera, can you see him walking to me? I think that's him. Yes, it's him. He's on his raid. And remember, my brother runs a... don't worry, Carolyn. You can't see him. He's behind me. It's behind you. He's on a radio. Remember, my brother has a ham radio channel called M0FXB. M0FXB. Come on. You see me? M0FXB. M0FXB. And he's called Ham Tech. Ham Tech. And I think he's got 60,000 subscribers. He's got a very big channel, my brother. Very big, like massive. I think he's probably got the biggest channel in the world for ham tech, ham radio it's called. Come on. He found us then. He found me. Ah, well, that pure coincidence. She just phoned me and said, "Yo, I'm
I'm going to the football thing with Aurora, and I went, oh right, that's funny. 'Cause my brother just asked me.
She didn't tell me.
Pop along. So.
Right, let's say hello to Team Elvis.
God, it's a bit windy here in the UK.
So Carolyn's on. I've been winding her up. Carolyn is one of my keto people, yeah? Carnival people. She lost 50 pounds.
Yeah, I just ate pork and salad, and I feel great.
She lost 50 pounds.
That's fair play.
And she had health problems as well. Yeah, they've all gone.
Amazing.
And then you got Debbie on there. She lost 25 pounds, didn't she? Some of them have reversed their type 2 diabetes as well.
What happened to the summer?
Because I'm on the keto channel. I'm not on the Elvis channel.
Keto channel, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to the summer? We're all going to move to Los Angeles.
Yeah, we're going to move in with you, Carolyn.
We can put up with hurricanes, no problem.
Now don't forget, I had eggs and bacon and sausage this morning. What did you have this morning?
Pork and salad just now.
Pork and salad.
I don't do breakfast.
My brother is at Carnival, but he is keto. Yeah, see look, Carolyn, I'm a new woman. Do you know how she found my channel? She found me on Elvis. Yeah? And I just mentioned the Carnival diet in passing, just said it like 5 words.
Yeah.
And she looked it up, found Dr. Ken Berry, you know, the main one.
Yeah, no, the one, yeah, he's good.
Thought, sod it, I'm going to try it. Don't forget, she felt she was massive, because that was it. 50 pounds. Imagine losing 50 pounds.
I know.
We're impressed.
It's miraculous.
Yeah, and Karen is yeah. See, look, we're boasting about you, Carolyn. So, this is the bit I walk. Have you not been on this walk before?
I have been. A few years since I've been on this particular walk. I remember a lot of people used to come in and dump all that stuff.
Yeah, I think sometimes they still do.
Yeah.
So we're just going to walk up this bit. Knowing Aurora, she'll ring me and go, where are you? She never told me Rosa was coming. I don't mind that Rosa's coming. She never told me though.
Yeah,
50 pounds is a lot of weight. Yeah, I know.
It's just a coincidence.
It is.
Like my Elvis quiff.
Yeah, see my brother, remember I went to school with my brother age 5, and my brother remembers me going with my Brill Cream hair gelled back age 5. Proof,
Yeah.
Give me proof.
I am witness.
Do you remember my duffel bag that I glittered Elvis on it? Do you remember
maybe.
those yellow bags? You remember those yellow duffel
Yellow.
bags? The ones that go over your shoulders?
The ones that we had at school.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The school ones.
Yeah.
I do remember them, yeah.
I glittered the letters. I wrote they'll follow. I wrote the letters Elvis on my bag, and I got some glitter from W.H. Smith's. Yeah, I know you believe me, but I'm saying it anyway. And then I sprinkled the glitter on my bag, so when I would go to school, I would have the words Elvis glittered on my bag in I would have been 5, so that would have been 1972. Did I get my ass kicked? No, I was allowed to do it. I also used to I used to have a white shirt, and I used to put my collar up, and I got Brill Cream from Boots, which really Brill Cream when I was 5 years old was for grown-ups.
I think Dad had Brill Cream, didn't he?
Oh yeah, Dad. Oh yeah, that's a good point, because my dad used to Brill Cream his hair as well.
Yeah.
So I would get this Brill Cream. I still remember the smell of it. Brill Cream my hair, and go to school, and everyone would go, who's that weirdo with the Elvis haircut? He's like 5 years old. I loved it. I felt special. And then we would go to my friend Paul's house, and he had a mum called Stavrula who was really kind to me and my brother. And he would get out his mum's Elvis albums. We would put all his albums on, and we would dance on his bed. We were very young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those years. And we would jump up and down on his bed, dancing to his mum's Elvis albums. We would like scratch them all by mistake, obviously. Just good memories. But then Grease came out. Hi, Frederick. Then Grease came out, and then do you remember going to see Grease?
Yeah,
in Bristol. In Bristol.
100%, yeah.
So the word of mouth went round.
That was age 11.
So let me just tell you about Grease, yeah? So what happened was they were releasing the singles. So you had You're the One That I Want, you had Grease is the Word. So these, John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, and these songs were hitting the top of the charts, #1 in the charts. We didn't even know about the movie. But then what happened was, the word of mouth was happening in the tabloids saying, oh, there's a movie called Grease. Now, we didn't know what Grease was. We didn't know it was a term for hair, for what you do to your hair. So eventually we found out that the movie Grease was going to be in Bristol Hippodrome. So me and all my mates were all like 11 years old. We're like, obviously really wanted to go. So we all take the train to Bristol, which was only 25 minutes. And then we walked round to the Odeon, and there was a massive queue, and we just stood in that queue for ages. We gets in, and then we all sit down. The atmosphere was crazy. And then the opening sequence was Grease is the word, and the cartoon character, the guy brushing his hair, and that was it. We were obsessed. We were hooked. So then we got the jeans. Remember the blue suede shoes we bought from Tesco's?
Yeah.
It's the Tesco's in town. Do you remember that one?
I do remember.
Blue suede shoes in Tesco's.
They were too big for us, but we still like them.
Yeah, they were too big for us. And then we obviously gelling our hair, turning our collars up, rolling up our jeans.
Yeah, we thought we looked great.
We used to roll up our jeans, wear bright coloured socks. And I'll tell you what, I was 11 years old. I was in the first year of my upper school. I went out with a girl called Jenny Robbins, who was the best looking girl in the school. She was naughty, but she was the best looking girl. I think she was anyway. And I was popular because of Grease. Grease made me popular with the girls at school when I was 11, yeah, and 12. By 13, you start getting spots. You're not so popular. But that was it. So Grease was another a massive part of our life that just brought us a lot of joy and happiness. Again, it's all about Elvis, isn't it? Because why did we like Grease? Because John Travolta was the next best thing to Elvis Presley in 1978, wasn't he? Yeah? And even Olivia Newton-John, she was bloody amazing.
She changed the world. Her glow, her energy literally changed the world. I believe that.
I agree. And you know Elvis really liked Olivia Newton-John. You know he used to sing her songs.
Really?
Yeah, Olivia Newton-John was amazing. I really fancied her, even though I was 11 years old. I thought she was gorgeous.
I just thought it was more than just that she was pretty and you fancied her. She had this completely warm, positive energy, and you felt like the world was literally a nicer place to be in because she was alive.
Yeah, I like that.
That's how great her energy was.
I couldn't put it better. The whole world was gutted when she passed.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And that film was made for her like a glove. And actually, it's known that her and John Travolta actually did have an on-set affair. They were actually seeing each other during the making of Grease. Obviously, we know they were much older than the age of the characters. She had hits in 74 and 83. I wasn't even aware of Elvis too much when I saw Grease. It's so crazy when I think of that. So Carolyn only discovered Elvis on the Baz Luhrmann Elvis biopic that came out about 3 years ago. Yeah,
No way.
and she's 51. Yeah, she wasn't an Elvis fan, but now she's obsessed with him. You know, that film changed her
Now's
life.
actually the best time to discover him because the amount of footage, photographs, video, and information out there now to really see what he looked like when he was young, when he was a teenager, when he was an older man. It's really detailed and clear, especially with all this AI technology.
Yeah, so you of course you were aware of him. I think the whole world's aware about the impact that Elvis had on the world. The unfortunate bit is why we run a channel called Defending Elvis. They always follow me. We run a channel called Defending Elvis because we want the world to see the good side of Elvis. Yeah, the good that he did. That's the whole point of Defending Elvis. So, but don't forget, this channel is called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So this one we're allowed to talk about the diet. Yeah. The reason I called this one keto is so we can talk about what we eat, our health.
Well, I can give you personal experience for me because I used to eat, the usual cereal and bread and jam and biscuits and all that. And when I was like that, I always felt very bloated. Like there was even when I wasn't bloated, I felt bloated. When I went to sort of just eating meat and salad, that completely went. That full sort of feeling.
So now I have told you this before, guys, but my brother is the reason I went on fasting and the reason I went on carnival. He phoned me up. You can tell him if you want. You want to tell him?
Yeah, what had happened is when I saw my brother and I thought, oh, he's looking a bit overweight, and the double chin was coming down, and the stomach was starting higher up, from the chest down. It wasn't massively obese.
Let me do my hair. I had a
on the wrong path.
I had a bowling ball in my stomach.
Yeah, and I basically said, you need to do something about your weight. And I told him that my wife was on.
Right, turn around
My wife was on a meat only. What do they call it when you
here.
fast?
Yeah, fasting and carnival.
Yeah. And how it had transformed her, and she lost over a stone very quickly and felt a lot better.
Yeah.
And so I told him, and then he goes to me, I said I was just going to try it on Friday, doing a 24-hour fast. And we did
True,
it.
Carolyn.
And we did it. And then he goes, well, I'm not doing the fast. And this was like a 12-hour fast now, just on Fridays. I'm going to do it every single day. And I went, well, every day, not eating between, say, 8 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And he went, yeah. And that was it. We just started doing it.
So what it is, I said to my brother, I'm going to do a fast for 12 hours, yeah? But then the next day I phoned him up and said, do you know what? I'm going to do it every day. So it was fasting that first got me into the diet. But then what happened was I looked up fasting, and the name Dr. Ken Berry came up, and he discussed the carnivore diet. And then I introduced the carnivore diet and fasting 7 days a week, eating once or twice a day, fasting every day, and the rest is history, guys.
Yeah, it changed your metabolism, it changed your stomach and your routine, going to the toilet. It improved it all.
They know about my ulcerative colitis.
It did for me. I'm very regular now, and I still fast now. I still do not eat until 1 o'clock every day, and I always feel better for it.
Eating twice a day, trying to mainly eat meat and eggs, fish, a little bit of low carbs, a little bit of low carb veg, bit of fruit, bit of salad. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. As soon as I come outside that, if I say have a breakfast, a big breakfast, say about 10 in the morning, How do you stop
it doesn't
it?
stop. It doesn't stop. It's still going.
How do you pause it so you can keep answering phone calls?
It just does automatically.
It doesn't end it.
No, it goes quiet. All right, guys.
Right.
It's all right. No, it's because we're on Elvis Presley long lost footage.
But the other thing I really recommend
We're
that
back,
everyone
guys.
does, is definitely keep moving head to toe as much as you can.
Yeah,
Even
walking.
if it's just hoovering the house, walking to the shop, just keep that body moving head to toe as much as possible while you're awake. It makes such a massive difference. The best exercise you can ever have is just keeping your body moving, and keeping your brain active as well. So, reading, nourishing information, whether it's on YouTube, book, magazines, internet, just keep everything active, and that's really good for you.
I think you have to learn why the diet works. You have to understand it. The reason I watch Dr. Ken Berry's live streams, his questions and answers, is because you learn how the body works, why it needs certain nourishment, why you get vitamins, minerals, nutrients from meat and eggs, why you should only drink water, why fizzy drinks are bad for you, why sugar sweeteners are bad for you, why ultra processed food is so bad for you. You have to understand it. When you understand how it works, you stick to it, because you don't want to poison yourself.
Yeah. And it is poison, isn't it? Sugar.
Bloody right, ultra processed
Pure
foods.
poison.
Well, ultra processed foods are full of sugar. Full of sugar. People don't even know it. A lot of people are eating things that are bad for them and they don't even know it.
And you've got to give your stomach a rest. You can't expect your stomach to be working 24/7. If you eat a snack at midnight and go fall asleep, your stomach's working all night. It's working all day when you eat your breakfast, tea and lunch and dinner. How's it ever going to fix itself if it's working 24 hours?
The other mistake people make is they feel they have to graze like a cow, have to eat every few hours to keep their energy levels topped up. It's so bullshit. I would say the less you eat, the more energy you have.
Every couple of hours they're getting an urge of hunger. You've got to learn to ignore it, and obviously that reduces. If you eat less sugar, you don't get that urge as much.
When you reduce carbs, you're less hungry.
Basically, yeah.
This
you're
is
not
massive.
You're not getting that spike.
I only eat twice a day, and I don't have to eat any more. So,
basically, no more snacking.
Yeah, like Carolyn just said, you've got more energy than ever by eating one meal a day. A lot of them.
Especially if it's a good, meat, a nice meaty.
She loves eggs. She'll have like 5-6 eggs. She'll fill herself right up.
And weightlifters, they just eat eggs all day and chicken and a bit of rice.
Yeah.
They need the rice because
not-
they need that injection of something that
Yeah.
muscles need.
You're Carolyn, you're satiated. You're satiated. That's what they call it. That's the cool word. When you're kept to feel full, when your body isn't craving constantly, it's sugar cravings, it's carb cravings.
It's like this walk that we're doing now, right? Half an hour walk. There's a lot of people, they couldn't even walk for 5 minutes without getting out of breath. Yeah, it's true. And that's because of looking after your health.
It's good.
I can walk for hours and I enjoy it. Where if you're overweight and all that conditions, 5 minutes, you can't even walk down to the shop.
I'll always get the people that pop onto our live streams that say, oh no, you know, cholesterol is bad for you, and oh, you need to eat breakfast. Breakfast is the best meal of the day, and oh, you need to have a balanced diet. The problem with the balanced diet is that almost everything in a balanced diet is not good for you. I was telling them this the other day. I went to visit Mum. Obviously, they know Mum's in a nursing home, yeah?
That diet was disgusting.
So we went to visit my mum the other day. She's looking well, by the way. She told me she's 81. I'm sure she's older.
She was 80 last year.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought she was older. I thought she was 83.
81 spot on.
So she is 81.
Yeah.
So
82 November.
I said to my mum, what do you eat? She said, so I have a bowl of cereal. Look at these butterflies, guys. I have a bowl of cereal. No, she has a bowl of cereal. Then she had fish and chips. Okay, the fish is good, but it's covered in batter, which is not good. Then she had a plate of biscuits and a white bread cheese sandwich and a chocolate mousse. I'm like, how is any of that good for you? The only thing that was good in that was the fish. And even that was coated in batter.
It was a very bad diet.
All right, so Carolyn, your mum's 81 as well. What month was mum born? I've forgotten.
November.
Is it November? Yeah, so November, she's 82.
Dad, September.
My dad, yeah. And my dad, he's got a funny story. To get into the army when he was 17, he had to be 18. He lied. He worked for the army, yeah? Not getting, he worked for the army. In Cyprus, yeah? At the air base. He lied about his age. So my dad, when he died, he was 64, which is way too young. But he actually was younger. He was a year younger, my dad. So come on then. Right. They'll come, don't worry, they know where. Okay guys, I think we've done a nice long live now, so I think we're gonna go. So yeah, interesting, thanks for joining us. Most of you are in America, but we get you all around the world. Canada, Australia, many of you are in the UK. I always appreciate that you join us, guys, for a little discussion, a little chat.
Number one is health. Number
Yes.
one. Everything else follows.
Take it easy, guys. Hope you